What's up, guys? It's Jonathan. Carol Dweck, a young researcher at the time, was fascinated with failure, so she decided to study children. She gave them a series of puzzles from easy to more difficult, and their reaction shocked her. One of the students smacked his lips together, rubbed his hands, and said, "I love a challenge." And then the reaction of the other students shocked her even more. I was hoping this would be a little bit more informative. This changed the course of her work forever because she realized that failure is not something that you run from or hide from. That failure is something that you embrace and you can actually love. And this brings me to her book, Mindset, where she talks about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. In the growth mindset, you believe that your intelligence, your talents, your skills, that you can develop them, that you can cultivate them and be better. But in a fixed mindset, you believe that you're either a genius or you're not. You're either good at sports or you're not. That you believe that you can't get better at things. And if we're honest, a lot of us have grown up with a fixed mindset. We believe that if we have to work hard at something and struggle, that we must not be good at it. That other people must be great at what their craft and that they never had to put any work. When it came to taking any kind of test in school, I used to get so nervous and afraid because I used to believe that one result would determine my intelligence and my self-worth, that it would say who I was. And that's what happens when you have a fixed mindset. You believe that one event, one test, one career choice, one relationship determines who you are and what you're capable of doing. And when you have a growth mindset, you know that one event can't determine who you are. You know that no matter the situation, you can always bounce back. You don't have to be a sports fan to know Jim Marshall's famous running the wrong way play. It was worse than Mark Sanchez's butt fumble. What basically happened was he created a fumble. Instead of running behind himself where the end zone was, he ended up running to the opposite end zone, which was the 49ers end zone. And he expected when he turned around to all his teammates to jump on him and get excited, but there was nobody there. There was just a 49ers player who said, "Good job, Jim." And that's when he realized he created the most embarrassing play in football. That's when he realized he let his team down, and ultimately he felt like a failure. But in halftime, he dug into himself and he said, "How can I bounce back from this? How can I get better?" And he ended up having a great second half. He ended up creating the game-winning fumble, which would help the Vikings win the game. Because you see, when you have a growth mindset, there's no situation, no failure, no mistake that can determine who you are, that can determine your intelligence. You know that no matter what happens, you can always bounce back and come back from no matter what mistake it is, whether it's the most embarrassing play in football, whether it's getting fired from a job, whether it's a relationship not working out. You believe that everything's going to work out as long as you learn from each and every single situation and keep moving forward in your life. If you remember back in high school, you had to take a test to graduate. For my school, it was called the HESPA, the High School Proficiency Assessment, where basically you were getting graded on your reading and math skills. And I remember failing the math portion and feeling like such a failure, feeling so embarrassed. Around that time, you were a senior and you were able to leave at noon and go out with your friends. And I remember looking out that window, seeing all my friends excited, driving their cars, making plans, and I had to stay afterwards and take a class in order to prepare for that test. And I remember never paying attention in that class, never wanting to be there. And one day a teacher asked me, to give an answer on a test, and I didn't know the answer. And I remember every single person in that room laughing at me because of my response. That right there created determination in me. That right there made me realize that I needed to pass this test and I needed to put the work in. So I remember calling my dad and having him drive me to Barnes & Nobles and picking up that book. And I remember staying at that kitchen table every single night, going through problems every single day, repetition. And when it came to take that test, I ended up getting the highest grade in the class. Everyone was shocked. There was a girl in the class that constantly would get answers right. We would wonder, why are you even in this class? But I was able to get a higher grade than her. And I remember having that slip of my grade and going up to my teacher and saying, "Is this true? Did I get the highest grade in the class?" And she said, "Yeah." And I remember walking out that room, feeling on top of the world, walking with my friend, finally getting to go home, not having to stay after school, and realizing that there were students that did fail, but I was able to get through that, through hard work, through tenacity, through believing in myself, through believing that my intelligence wasn't fixed, that I could actually grow through that and get better. What I really want you guys to take from this video is that nothing in your life is fixed. Your intelligence is not fixed. Where you are right now is not fixed. All the gifts that God has given you is not fixed. That if you have a growth mindset, that if you put in the hard work, you have sheer tenacity, you put in that effort and practice every single day, that you can get better. You just have to believe in yourself and have faith and have good people around you that are going to point you in the right direction. I mentioned the book Mindset by Carol Dweck. I really want to encourage you guys to read that book because that book is backed up by so much research. If you have a growth mindset and you believe that you can actually get better through hard work, through practice and repetition, that you can achieve anything that you want, that your intelligence can actually improve. And I just want to encourage you guys to know that if you believe in yourself and you have faith, and whatever it is in your life that you want to achieve, that you will achieve it. Just trust in God, trust in your skills, trust in your ability, and trust in your effort. To know that God is with you all the way, to know that whatever you've been through in the past, that you'll get through this as well. Take care, guys, and God bless.